All right, welcome, ladies. So we've made it through to week 7. Does it feel like it's just been the blink of an eyelid? For some of you, probably not, because you've maybe been in and out because life's been busy. And probably some of you still, if you do listen to this replay, are still probably feeling overwhelmed. And that's okay. And that's normal. I have thrown a lot of new information at you. And this is a big part of what I want you guys to sort of soften into and become a bit more open-minded to, is that learning the tools and tricks to weather the storm of overwhelm, because life is overwhelming. We always have the option to spiral out and really fly down those anxious thoughts, and those limiting beliefs start to come to the surface when our nervous system's activated and we're all over the place. But this is life, and this is one of the most important things, like I said, I wanted you guys to learn from this, is just that power of the breath, the power of self-awareness, to catch yourself, to start tuning in and noticing your physical body, noticing when those thoughts are spiraling, noticing when the anxiety is creeping in at a physical level, and just take that moment to pause, breathe, recenter, and drop in so that we can move through responding versus reacting. So let's take a moment to just kind of review very, very quickly the journey thus far. So we really worked on planting those seeds around emotional evolution. And emotional evolution, to sum it up very, very quickly, is the ability to transform a trigger or an uncomfortable situation that is merely shining a light on a belief that is not serving you, also known as a limiting belief. From there, we unravel those ego stories that we've been unconsciously or even consciously telling ourselves. And those stories are keeping us stuck where we are right now. They are telling us it's too scary, it's too hard, I can't. Once we identify the ego stories, we then get to choose a new belief for ourselves. And then the work is then activating, integrating, embodying that new belief by rewiring our brain, forming new neural networks to align with this new belief, taking aligned action every single day to really cementing this new belief. And that is essentially the process of emotional evolution. It's going to feel weird and hard and uncomfortable and still like, oh my God, what does she mean? But all of a sudden, if you stick at this work, if you keep pulling out that emotional evolution worksheet every time you're in a real rut and just working through it, eventually this becomes second nature. Eventually, every time you get triggered, you just go, oh my God, I can tell I'm really pissed off right now, or I'm really sad right now. And you will automatically take yourself through those steps and transform that trigger, because you're doing it from a space of, this is happening for me, not to me. This is an opportunity to grow. And that if I'm willing to look at this, I'm willing to bend and move through this, what is on the other side is only good things and growth and expansion, and ultimately the things that I desire in life. So we just keep cementing this, because I want you guys to feel empowered by this process, as opposed to completely overwhelmed and scared of it. It is life-changing stuff, and it really is quite a simple process when you understand how it works. So next, we moved into working on our nervous system. We know that our nervous system is this thing that, it flows. We can compare it to the tides, in and out. It flows. We can compare it to the seasons. We can compare it to an on and off button. And by that, I mean moving into that sympathetic activated go, 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 that rushing, that doing, that fight and flight reaction. But we have the ability, through conscious awareness, conscious choice, through slowing that breath, through changing our thoughts, through calming our environment, to relax into our parasympathetic nervous system. And from the parasympathetic nervous system is when our heart is open. Our energy is expanded, as opposed to our energy being contracted and our heart closed when we're in a fight and flight or defense mode. So the art here is learning how to stop, breathe, slow down, and reopen up. When we've got our heart open, we must be in a state of openness, a state of trusting that we are supported by the universe, trusting that we have more control over our environment and our world and what shows up for us through our thoughts and our beliefs, and being willing to stay open, even though XYZ shit things have happened to you in your life, even though Your ego wants to tell you to stop and stay stuck and stay where you're at because that's familiar. Even though there may be evidence in front of you right around, or see, this doesn't work out for me, or see, I still haven't lost any weight, or see, based on your beliefs, the reticular activating system is going to want to keep showing you what you believe. Until you change the belief, that's when the external environment will change around you. A wired nervous system leads to an activated adrenal system, and an activated adrenal system leads to an increased production of things like adrenaline and our cortisols. That creates inflammation in the body, that creates fluid retention in the body, that creates weight gain in the body, that creates more susceptibility to inflammation and infection. So you can see how everything is entwined. We've been on a journey so far and everything's leading to one another. And this is why it's a building process. We started off small, and every week we're throwing new things at you, and they've all been related and they've all been connected. After we've done a little bit of work on, and an overactivated adrenal system for a long term will lead to adrenal exhaustion. In those early stages of adrenal activation, you're going to feel anxious and wired. As you stay in that activated state for a very long time, potentially a lifetime, potentially it's how your personality has you wired, until we change our personality by changing our beliefs. We'll move into like adrenal exhaustion. And when we're in that stage of adrenal exhaustion, it's like you're tired all day, every day. It becomes very difficult to lose weight. It becomes a little bit even potentially more difficult to feel intuition and connect with the world around us. But we unravel that by, again, starting to look at some of the adrenal personality types, noticing your default responses to things, and actually starting to consciously observe yourself and show up differently by healing that relationship with yourself, by moving into more love and more self-acceptance. From there, we started diving into a bit more physical work, which was really about the thyroid. They say 70% of the population has an underactive thyroid. These things are caused by our excess heavy metals, key nutritional deficiencies, since iodine, low selenium, low tyrosine, infection in terms of the viruses, EBV. And we haven't done a lot of work in this 8 weeks on eradicating infections, but it is all there for you in the portal, in the Hormone Healing System online course, which you can access through thebalanceacademy.com.au. At a spiritual, emotional level, a blocked, sluggish, underactive thyroid is very much about a resistance or a fear around speaking up and speaking out your truth. Okay, so we also gave you a few health tips there on castor oil packing the thyroid, bentonite clay packing the thyroid, learning to speak your truth. If you went through the video content, we did some work even on toning and sound. And we've done a little bit of work on really connecting with our I love list. Okay, our I love list is like a foundational thing in order for you to truly know yourself. It's a big part of then identifying your values. We can't really know if we're living our truth, whether we're living in alignment, unless we're clear on the things we love and our values. So all these things are very intertwined with our belief systems. After our thyroid, we probably did our hardest possible week. We did our colon cleanse, although double thumbs up to Karen, who's just completed it twice. You're an absolute champion. And I bet a lot of you, those who attempted it, and even those who are maybe still sitting on the sideline, that's okay, because it is overwhelming. But please just keep feeling into that fear and put it on your to-do list and do it at some point, because it is such a profound experience. One, to go through at a physical level, to give yourself that deep cleanse and that deep detox. And it does really start to stimulate your metabolism, clean your insides. So if you're struggling with blemishes, acne, even excess inflammation, imbalanced hormones, it all starts with cleaning that colon. But at an emotional growth thing, I guarantee you that every single one of you, and I bet a lot of you can attest to this who have done it, the feeling of accomplishment that you have felt after doing that, the self-belief that you've built within yourself in order to commit to and follow through on those 3 days is huge. You have proved to yourself that you can do hard things. And we haven't really touched a lot on these, but I'll throw these in a little bit. But we were just talking about with Nick, cold water therapy, ice bath therapy. it's a really, really challenging thing for most people. And a lot of people go, oh, no, I can't do that. I hate the cold. Well, guess what? Everyone hates the cold. No one likes ice cold water. It's difficult. Now, yes, there are different thresholds. Some people really, really struggle in cold water therapy. I am one of those people. And that's why I do them, because I know that when I get in that ice bath for 3 minutes a day and I'm telling myself all the stories before I get in there and I'm trying to talk myself out of it, and I'm in that fight and flight response, I'm in that fear mode, but then I do it and I push through because I keep telling myself I can do hard things, and I'm building that self-belief every single time. And then when I get out, there's this newfound sense of self-appreciation, new sense of just motivation and ability to get on and do hard things and stop procrastinating. So cold water therapy, I can't even remember if we touched on it much for the module. Sorry, someone remind me. But cold water showers are just as challenging and just as beneficial if you don't have the resources to set up an ice bath at your home. Beyond the colon, we then moved into our liver and we did our liver shots. And that's always a love-hate relationship with a lot of people. We touched on a bit of work around anger. So anger stores itself in the liver. After this is then when we started to move into our digestive system. So first of all, it was about stimulating digestive secretions and digestive acids, because one part of, bloating, as we've talked about a lot, is one of the most common hormonal symptoms. And most people will experience bloating at some point in their life because it's got a lot of triggers, but in particular, an inactive digestive system or a sluggish digestive system, and that's not just constipation, it's bloating in general. It's driven by a lack of acid production and lack of digestive enzyme, and then a sluggish gallbladder function as well. So the tools that we've given to help you work through these are our coffee enemas, are our castor oil packing, even the cayenne and the lemon juice, stimulating those digestive secretions. There are supplements that we talk about in the program as well. As you can see, the Digest Me could be something that you need if those health hacks don't work enough initially. But also, just to reiterate, if your nervous system is constantly wired, if you're constantly in the fight and flight, we are not giving energy and circulation through to our digestive system, which is operated by the parasympathetic nervous system. So you will always have sluggish digestion, excess bloating if you're in that wired state all the time. So again, how important are those early modules learning how to regulate your nervous system, how to breathe, how to slow down, how to trust yourself, how to soften into the feminine, to open the heart. Then we've moved on this week to our gut microbiome, and the actual bacteria. When I'm talking about your microbiome, I'm basically talking about the colony of bacteria in your gut. Now, obviously, we want that to be dominated by beneficial bacteria. That isn't always the case. The baddies will build up through lifestyle choices, through stress, through medication usage, through toxin environmental stuff. So it's an ongoing job to keep those baddies at bay and really nourish the good guys, the good beneficial bacteria, by our self-care regimes, our health hacks that we've already talked about, by eating a diet that is supportive to you, following that elements of that blood group diet, by slowing down and resting while we digest and eating slowly, by doing our enemas ongoing, by doing our probiotic implants a couple of times a week, making sure we're getting those prebiotic foods in our diet, even the castor oil packs and the liver will support digestion by keeping our gallbladder and our pancreas working well. So it's all, your body is the most beautiful machine. There is so many incredible moving parts to it. And I want to acknowledge that for a moment. Like, just close down your eyes for just 1 minute. I want you to tune into your body and put your hand somewhere on your body. And just take a moment to acknowledge how bloody phenomenal the human body is. Because we take that for granted. We were born with this beautiful, for most of us, we're lucky enough and blessed enough to be born with a really beautifully functioning body at birth. And because we were blessed with that from the beginning, we take it for granted. And it's not your fault, it's no one's fault, but we forget how incredible the human body is and how you have trillions of cells literally communicating to one another all day, every day, sending signals, orchestrating hormonal changes, orchestrating inflammatory cascades. Just the simple process of consuming food, which is an amazing thing and so enjoyable, breaking that down, extracting the nutrients, absorbing that in, And then our body utilizing that for fuel. Every single thing that goes on in your body is phenomenal. Your heart pumping blood around the body, your nervous system on guard all day, every day, sensing the world around you, your thoughts interacting. Your body is incredible. And even if your body isn't exactly where you want it to be right now, I want you to acknowledge my body is incredible. My body is working for me. My body wants to heal. My body wants to support me. My body loves me. My body is doing its best. And it's our job in terms of our conscious mind and our physical body to work together to make decisions that support this beautiful body. And anything is absolutely possible. I believe you can heal from absolutely anything. I believe you can create whatever you want in your physical appearance. But you have to start working with your body, not against it. So just take a nice big deep breath in. Drop those shoulders and just let that land for you. And if that in any way hit a nerve, I want you to come back and just remind yourself that every day. If you remind yourself that every single day for 21 days, it'll become an automatic process. You will have rebuilt and repaired your relationship with your body and built this beautiful respect with your body. And if you want your body to do the things that you want it to do, there has to be this beautiful, loving, respectful relationship. So thank you, body. I love you, body. All right. And next week, we're going to put it all together, our final week. But I'll say this now, and I'll say it again next week. It doesn't end at this 8-week journey. We're teaching you tools. You're going to go out and keep living them day in, day out. And so our theme for tonight's call is about fun. It's about connecting with your inner child. It's about having fun and not taking yourself too seriously, because it would be really easy to get caught up in all the videos you got to watch and all the workbooks you got to print and all the stuff that Stacey's telling me I have to do and all the overwhelm and all the new things and stuff. But at the same time, is this health journey, and some people might go, oh, what? But you are going to be on this health journey for the rest of your life. And I want you to enjoy being on this health journey. I want you to make this health journey fun, because the more you can embrace this health journey and enjoy it and love it, the longer you're going to live. Because if you're living from a belief that says health is too hard or taking your body for granted, I guarantee you it'll break down a lot sooner. So I want you to just revisit this 7 weeks so far. And I want you to have a think about what has been your attitude going into it. Has it been a chore? Has it felt scary? Has it felt like, oh, bloody hell, it's Tuesday, I have to get on a live call again? Has it been like, oh, shit, it's Monday morning, oh my God, there's another live I've got to watch? Like, what has been the vibration that you've gone into to do this 8 weeks? Because remember, vibration is everything. Your thoughts are everything. What you believe is everything. You are creating your reality all day, every day, through your thoughts, through your beliefs. So intention, this is your reminder to do every single thing with intention, even the things that you don't like. And I get in the habit of regularly going, giving myself a pep talk before I jump in the ice bath. My intention is to embrace this and love it. Your intention 100% will influence how everything turns out in life. Now, of course, we know that a lot of our intentions are being unconsciously influenced by our unconscious beliefs. And I guarantee you've got millions of limiting beliefs going on in there. Does it make you messed up or wrong or broken? Every single human's the same. Some of us are maybe getting better at overcoming them quicker. And absolutely, some of us have had way bigger mountains thrown in our path that we've had to overcome in terms of health challenges, life challenges, trauma challenges, family challenges, and again, we can focus on those, or we can just keep surrendering and trusting there's always a way, if I believe. It doesn't matter what cards you've been dealt in this lifetime. A lot of them you will have no control over. As much as I do align with and believe in that saying, everything happens for a reason, I do to a degree, but it's not as black and white as that. There are things in life that will happen completely out of your control, and they are not your fault. But it's still how you respond to it is how it'll turn out for you. We do have that choice to be the victim or to be the victor. And I say that to empower you, not to make you feel guilty about your choices or how you've shown up, just to always remember that it doesn't matter what's happened to this moment or how we've done. And of course, I always catch myself in moments where I'm in the victim mentality, or I'm getting triggered and I'm running my mouth, or I'm like having a rant to Trent about something that's gone wrong or bad. But I'm so clever at catching myself now. All of a sudden I can hear myself and go, oh, am I really saying that? Okay, let's dust this house off and shake it off. We've had our little bitch. We've had our moment. We've acknowledged the heartache and the pain and the crap, the struggle, and gone, right, now what do we do to overcome it? So you will always have human moments. In fact, you're meant to, because that's a big part of the emotional evolution process, to acknowledge the feeling, to acknowledge the hurt, the pain, the what you're going through, because it's not about making it wrong. That human reaction is a normal reaction, but it's like, all right, acknowledging it, honoring it, and then going, how do I overcome it? So who has done their I love list? Because you can't have fun in life if you don't have an I love list. Good work, Karen. Nick, you've been working with me for a while. I would like to think that you've got a very nice long one in your phone. And you know what? I've got an I love list, and I've had an I love list in my phone for years, but the truth is I haven't actually looked at it for probably at all this year. So I'm just as guilty as you guys who haven't yet started your I love list or connecting with it. Maybe I haven't been connecting with it because I'm in a really great safe space in my life where I have a lot of fun all day, every day. Doesn't mean that shit doesn't go wrong and I don't get stressed. Absolutely not. But for the most part, I do things actively every single day that are fun. I don't view my life as a chore. I'm absolutely really busy at the moment and very overwhelmed with a lot that's going on in my life in terms of, like I said, the illness of my beautiful sister-in-law, organizing a wedding, running this coaching program, running my 9-to-5 clinic job, running around after 3 kids. So I'm definitely busy and overwhelmed, but I still 100% always make time for the important things on my love list. And for me, that's, date days with Trent. Drinking alcohol and having party nights at least once a month with my friends where we giggle and let our hair down. My exercise, my self-care regime that I love. I always make time for my self-care regime, even if I know I've got a full day in clinic or whatever. Other examples, I went and got my nails done today, and I actually had a pedicure today for the first time in a really long time. Admittedly, the Asian lady kind of talked me into it. I didn't get a say in it, but I was so glad that she did, because I was sitting there going, oh my God, why haven't I done this for so long? The massage was beautiful. So you can put your energy into going, I'm so busy, I don't have time, and then let go of the things that you need, the fun things, but you can choose to come back to fun. And I've mastered that really well because I love having fun. Life's too short to be all work and no play, right? So how can you restructure your day to include a little bit more fun? I bet you're having lots of fun at the moment, Karen. Poor Laura's probably not having a lot of fun the last 24 hours. My beautiful sister had her cars stolen out of her yard, out of her home. So it's been a little stressful ordeal. But I must admit, she recovered very well when I was talking to her yesterday. She was like, it's done now. We're just going to move on. So, but that was very stressful. What about you, Nick? Are you letting fun into your life? Good girl. Awesome. Look, for mastering fun and having fun for a lot of people is easy. Some people will then, the opposite end of the scale, shame themselves for having too much fun. But I want to challenge you on that, because to me, there's no such thing as too much fun. And if you're finding yourself having too much fun doing things that are maybe, in your opinion, based on your belief, extracting from your work life, or extracting, good girl, Loz, extracting from your exercise regime, or these things that you think you should be doing. So I want you to sort of weigh it up, like give yourself a score, a percentage, like how much fun are you having? And remember, fun could be just laying on the couch watching Netflix. Are you in a belief that says, oh, I'm lazy, I'm not motivated, I'm not doing the things I should be doing? And if you are, let's reframe that. Let's change that. How can we make the exercise more fun? How can we make a self-care regime more fun? Like, do you need to put music on? Do you need to call a girlfriend while you're doing your coffee enema and giggling? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always a way to make every single thing in your life fun. I truly believe that. And it's up to your beautiful, feminine, creative mind to bring the intention of fun and excitement into every activity. Yeah, the hose might fall out giggling. That's so true, Karen. But that's what well, you can imagine trying to hold your coffee in while you're laughing. That would be actually risky. But it's an example. Like, again, how fun would that be still too? So if you're aligning, if you're listening to this right now, even on the replay, and going, you're right, I feel like the majority of my day feels like a chore. And I'm probably considered very, very selfish because, for example, the thing that I hated the most, and I've always hated the most, is getting the children ready for school. I freaking hate it. Like, just put your shoes on, brush your teeth. If you packed your school bag in, I was always watching myself just going, I hate how I sound. I sound like I'm whinging. I feel like I'm nagging. And I did some work around that, the journaling and the emotional evolution process. And now I selfishly, the alarm goes off. I get up about an hour before probably even more than an hour before the children are up. I'm up, I'm putting my coffee enema on, I'm making the juice, doing a lot of self-care prepare stuff. And then I'll wake them up an hour later and I'm like, wake them up. I tell them once what they need to do. And I trust you guys to get ready because then I'm going to be back up in an hour because I'm downstairs, they're upstairs. And I pretty much don't see them for that hour. And it's taken a bit of push and pull. There's taken plenty of times when I've got up there and they're still not dressed, and then it's like a mad scramble to the car and blah, blah, blah. And of course, I've learned to come up 10 minutes before we have to leave to weather that. But now they get themselves ready and then they, do that, make sure their homework's finished and get their own breakfast. And of course, I'm at an age where the kids can do that, and you won't all have that freedom and flexibility for your children to be able to make their own breakfast. But work towards that, educate them, involve them in that. So I have then just this whole 2 hours of bliss in the morning where I'm doing my self-care and my journaling and my breath work and my meditation and my enema, and the kids are upstairs getting ready. But I had to create that. I had to overcome my limiting belief that said kids are annoying, they can't get themselves ready. If I'm not doing it for them, they'll forget something, and that was like, I was very much in that martyrdom mentality that, if it's going to be right, it has to be done by me, that way of mentality. And I've had to really detach that from that in my business as well, letting go, surrendering the control and trusting. But again, the influence you can have on your children or the people in your work office or whatever is incredible. I cannot understate that anymore. You shift the limiting beliefs in you, and the things that show up in the word around you start to shift as well. So write something down for me right now. What is the part of your world that feels most like a chore? What thing do you hate? Maybe it's your exercise routine. And I just want to plant this seed again, like magic happens. Magic can happen. Things can shift and change or move and heal or manifest in your world very, very quickly and easily when we just believe. You don't have to know the answer. You can look at this. You could be this problem that you're writing down now. You could be looking at it going, what the hell? No, it's just the reality is this is how it is. If you find yourself thinking that, you are already cutting yourself off from the magic that is possible. It's not your job to know how to transform this situation. It is your job to be open to allowing the universe to shift and move things for you. Beautiful I am statement. I am willing to see things differently. It's been an underlying thing our entire journey. If you are willing to see things differently, things can shift, things can show up differently. But just get clear, and there might be a few things in your life that feel like a chore. And this may even need to be being applied to your current day job. If you feel like you're going to work just to earn the money, just because you have to pay the bills, that type of thing, you're starting that work day in the complete wrong vibration. If the current job that you're in is completely unfulfilling and it's not what you love, but you're there for a reason because you're grateful for the money that it pays you, and you're grateful for the security that it gives you, play with it. Just make it fun. How can you make your work day more fun? Guarantee if you just be open to, all right, universe, let's make my working day more fun. There'll be an office reshuffle, something different will move in. Miracles happen when you are open for them to happen. Maybe you'll get the inspiration to start that business of your own that you don't need that 9 to 5 anymore. Maybe you'll call in whatever it is. There's so many things that can call in. Hello, Luna. my beautiful little niece.
Voice.
Hi, Luna May. Oh, she's
hello.
Has the cat got your tongue?
You've gone shy.
Awesome. So how's everyone going? Have you got at least one thing written down that feels like a chore? Beautiful. All right, let's drop in. Let's drop in and shift some energy in our body. All right, I want you to get yourself in a quiet, relaxed position. Closing down your eyes when you feel ready to. And I want you just to affirm to yourself, I'm willing to see things differently. I believe in magic. I am open to receiving miracles. Just taking a nice, big, deep breath in. We're going to start with a little bit of breath work. We're just going to do 3 rounds of 10 nice, long, controlled, deep breaths. This is going to regulate our nervous system. This is going to shift our nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system. From this state, everything softens. This allows for this beautiful opening, an opening by which information can flow freely through our body from this beautiful quantum field, the quantum field of unlimited possibilities. And placing your hand on your heart if you feel to, or anywhere in your body that feels to, that you can connect with your body, and just breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth, starting now for 10. Continuing with this rhythm, allowing yourself to just consciously drop, relaxing, letting go with every breath. See, 2 more for me. And on that last one, just holding at the top for me. Healing energy now moving through your body, your cells awakening. Every organ tuning in and connecting to one another now. That's it. Starting again, another 10 deep, slow breaths, exactly the same. Continuing for another 5, that same rhythm. Visualizing that heart space opening up for me. That's right. 2 more. 1 more, and holding at the top. Allowing the unlimited possibilities to move through. Opening. Receiving. That's right. And moving into our 3rd and final round. Same again. Five to go. Holding at the top when you get to that final 5. Now just feeling, observing, and just allowing. Imagining a blue, beautiful flickering light just starting to flicker within you. This is your life force. And as we open and allow oxygen, energy to flood through our body, of course, oxygen enlights that flame, seeing that flame getting bigger and bigger, and just return to that nasal breath as you need to. But this beautiful flame now, this life force getting bigger and growing stronger and stronger. And this life force is passion, your purpose, your fuel. Take a moment just to think about some of those things on your I love list for a moment. People, places, foods on that I love list. Everything that inspires you and ignites that inner flame. Allow that beautiful inner flame to burn brightly. This is who you are in your truth. This is your true, authentic self. This is what makes your energy big and bright. This is your communication center, sending a signal out to the entire world about what you need and what you want. So share that now. You may like to say it out loud or just affirm it over your mind. What is it that you're wanting? Think about what you're trying to overcome with that chore. What is the obstacle at the moment that you're facing? What is that limiting belief that's telling you, well, the reality is I can't have what it is that you want? Allow that flame to burn brightly. Allow the unlimited possibilities to drop in. Connecting with your inner child now. If you were a child, you didn't have the worries of the world. You didn't have the expectations of adulthood and bills to pay. You didn't care what anyone thought about you. If you were just this beautiful, innocent child whose sole purpose in life was to have fun, to play. With that energy, what are you going to do to overcome this chore? Beautiful, innocent, childlike fun are you calling into your life now? That's right. You're confusing those things from your I love list now. Allowing gratitude to move through every single cell, all these beautiful things that you love. Affirming now, more of these, more of the things that I love. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to open up. I'm ready to share my inner light with the world. I'm willing to see things differently. I deserve and I am worthy of having a life of abundance and joy and health and unlimited possibilities. Feel this cultivate inside you. Allow this energy to grow. Feel the heat of this flame getting bigger and bigger and brighter. You are the most divine being. Allow this beautiful feminine energy to overcome you. Just because you were born, you are a miracle. The universe wants you to have your desires. The universe wants you to play every day. Give yourself permission to feel more joy every single day. Sitting with that for just a few more moments. Allowing your imagination to run wild now. Greatest fantasies now all coming true. Creating your reality with your vibration, your thoughts. Breathing it in now, expanding it into more love, more joy. You are incredible. You are powerful. You are unlimited. Your potential is there, ready and willing to be tapped into. Bringing more magic and more joy into every single day. This is your birthright. Everything is at your fingertips already, and it is merely a shift in perspective away. Notice the energy moving through your body now. powerful energy that you have cultivated through thought alone. This is how powerful you are. You tap into this passion, this purpose, this energy at any moment, and remaining in this beautiful vibration. Breathe in your success. It's already happened. It is already around. You're stepping into it now. Feel that energy moving through your entire body. Every single cell now aligning with this beautiful potential. Feel to move, please stand and move. Allow the energy to shift however it needs to shift within you. I'm ready to receive the answers. Fun and love, joy, and possibility. Again, nice big deep breath in. Breathing it all in. That's right. I move through every part of my day with joy. I am supported in everything I have to do in my day. I love my life. I easily overcome all obstacles. I'm so proud of myself for being able to laugh everything off. The more easily I surrender and accept, the bigger I expand, the more powerful I am, the more I have. And so it is, and so it is. Taking a nice big stretching those arms out wide. Expanding that energy even more as we integrate that. If you feel you need to shift that old stagnant energy out, please go for it. Beautiful work today, ladies. I'm proud of every single one of you for showing up, whether live or on the replay. You are doing great work. Learning new things is not easy. It challenges us, but it expands us. The journey is just beginning. And I'm so blessed and so grateful to have you all on it. May you all have an incredible evening. May you stay in this vibration and find a way to find this vibration again. Maybe through putting on that song or sharing the group and allowing that vibration just to move through your body. Everything comes down to perception.